Imagine that you are planning a big event, similar to a holiday party or a wedding, where you will have thousands of guests. You want your guests to have an unforgettable and fun experience. You need a name for your event, so you call the event First Chair. You will likely be asked, what is First Chair? So you need a description. You explain that it is a big deal when ski and snowboard resorts open for the season in many ways for many reasons. But part of that opening day event is to have the honor of being the first to ride on fresh snow by being the first person on the chairlift when the resorts open for the season. Now that you have an event name and description, you need a time, date, and location for your event. This is where your challenge begins. To pick a start time for your event, you know that resorts usually start running their lifts at around 9 a.m. But listing 9 a.m. as the start time of your event does not work, because some resorts have lights to allow for night riding. So potentially your event could start at any time of the day or night. Early years of First Chair, Keystone would be the first to open, as Keystone could turn on their lights and open at around 5 a.m. So we get out there at the night before. Now, you must pick a date for your event, except that the date is a moving target because the date is weather dependent, as you will need snow for your guests to ride. And when most resorts open, they're open 7 days a week for the season, so it could happen on any calendar day of the year. Likely October, November though. Resorts now have snowmaking equipment that will allow your event to not be totally dependent on how much snow Mother Nature delivers and when she delivers it. But you will still need Mother Nature to deliver temperatures that are not only cold enough to make snow, but also cold enough to make snow for a period of at least 3 to 7 days or nights. And hopefully that's a consecutive 3 to 7 days or nights for you. Of course, you'll need a location for your event. Because of the excitement and importance and staff required to pull off an event of this magnitude, you have several locations that will compete to host your event. You want your guests to be able to save the event in their calendars so that they can plan their schedules around your fun event. So you need to send event invitations. But what would you tell your guests on those invitations? Your event invitations would have to read something like this. Title: Ski and Snowboard Season Opening Day in Colorado, and First Chair with celebrity guest speakers and snowboarding legends Nate Dogg and Chad Otterstrom. Date: to be determined. Again, likely October or November. Time: to be determined. Likely 9 a.m.-ish. Location: to be determined. Likely Colorado, and likely one of the following resorts: Arapahoe Basin, Loveland, Copper Mountain, Keystone, maybe Wolf Creek. It would be nice if the staff of the resorts could tell you when they will open in advance, so that you could host your event. That way you give your guests at least some narrowed down details of at least a location and start time. But remember, the resort staff has the same moving target as you do, because Mother Nature's temperatures are needed to accommodate a key element of your event, snow. So your event is going to have to happen when it happens, where it happens. What will you tell your celebrity guest speakers and fellow event organizers that will be in charge of a special portion of your event? That special portion is who will be on the first chairlift. How many people does that chairlift hold? 2 people? 4 people? 6 people or more? How will you be first in line to catch that first chairlift? Well, you better get in line early. This year, Chad and Nate were in line 4 days before the resort opened. Chad and Nate got in line on Monday, October 26th for the 2015-2016 season, and Loveland Resort opened at 9 a.m. on Thursday, October 29th for the 2015-2016 season. How did Nate and Chad know that Loveland would open on October 29th for the 2015-2016 season? The answer is they didn't. They didn't know until Loveland made the announcement they were going to open that day. And would Loveland win the race between Loveland and A Basin? And Wolf Creek had received a lot of fresh snow and cold temperatures around that time as well. To get the first chair, you have to be ready at a moment's notice. Because when a resort announces they will open, you better be the first person to that resort to get in the lift line. What if you get in line at, say, Loveland on Monday because Loveland announced they will open on a Thursday, but Arapahoe Basin decides to open on a Tuesday or Wednesday before that Thursday? The race to be first in line for first chair is also a moving target. You might have to hop from resort to resort. What if there is a tie and Loveland and A Basin open on the same day? Loveland Ski Area and Arapahoe Basin both opened on October 29th, the same day, the 2015 and 2016 season. Thus, the first chair team of 7 is created. The first to ride on the 3-man chairlift at Loveland will be Chad Otterstrom, Nate Dogg, and Taylor Tom. And the first to ride the 4-man chairlift over at Arapahoe Basin will be Gretchen, Caesar, Ace, and Tyler. Also awesome friends. Now that you have a 7-team member team that will stand in line for however long it takes to secure that first chairlift ride, you'll need to tell them where the line begins. Of course, the line at the chairlift will begin around the base of the chairlift. But the line to get on the first chair is different from the line at, say, the post office. Because so many people will be in line, a maze is set up using ropes and sticks. If you've ever been to an amusement park, depending on how busy the amusement park is, that part of the maze might stand to change shape from time to time. Maybe only a portion of the maze may be needed when not many people are in line, or all of the maze may be needed and run out into the other parts of the street or the sidewalk for the other rides, resort, or amusement park. The line at the chairlift is also a moving target. You cannot physically stand right at the base of the chairlift in one spot waiting for the chairlift to open the entire time, because you will be run over by a snowcat. The snowcats must push snow right up to the base of the chairlift, often the night before and sometimes hours before the lifts open. The lift crew also needs to set the maze and create an entrance to the maze after the snowcat drivers have done their job grooming the snow around the base of the chair. The official start of the line for first chair is forced to physically move several times throughout the days and nights and hours leading up to the first chair start time. You cannot just sit on the chairlift either, because the resort staff has to test the chairlift before showtime by running the chairlift. Imagine that you are in line at the grocery store, but right when you get into the front of the line and you're about to check out, the register that you had been waiting at has to close for some reason, and everyone in line is forced to go to a different register. The same thing, moving target type thing, in line takes place for the event of first chair. As new snowboarders and skiers arrive in line, they ask, where does the lift line start? Where do I line up to get on my chairlift? And the answer is, well, at least for this season, well, the line started 4 days ago. As you can imagine, heated arguments and even some punches and elbows may be thrown at the grocery store after you've waited in line for a long time and the register closes just as you are about to pay for your items. And a rush to the new working and open register happens. Well, same thing can happen when you're waiting for first chair. Just like the grocery store, for the most part, people are respectful and courteous. And same goes for first chair, as everyone is hopefully, ultimately, there to have fun. But you will get the occasional angry or rude line waiter that has plenty of alcohol in their bloodstream. I will never forget some of the fights that had to be broken up by resort staff, like a team of bouncers at a concert. If you've ever been to a major sporting event, you can expect at least a few folks will have one too many drinks, and they just go beyond getting a little rowdy. Same thing happens when lots of folks are in line for the chairlift. is such a great experience to be able to hang with such great family and friends, either in person or in line at the resort using internet technology to stay connected for the long wait for first chair. You may wait all summer for the resorts to open for the winter, but the wait for first chair is intense because you're right there, right at the base of the chairlift, just hoping they can turn that on at any moment and that you will be on that first chair.